Trailer picked up. Gotta go ahead and get the car, but it's raining, and the problem with that is, well, I gotta figure out how to get the window rolled up in the car and also cover up the engine because I don't want that getting wet either. So, today should be the last day at this place here. We'll be bringing, wow, sorry, it's really dark in here, but you can see the window is down. Air cleaner still sticking through the hood there. Oh. Alright, that should be enough. Get the hood opened up. There it is. There it is also. Look at that. Sex. Get it up on the trailer. Can see we got some damage to assess on the front end here. She's a little pooched. Alright, I'm soaking wet, but I got the car loaded up. I just put an old jacket on top here, shut the hood. Hopefully it doesn't fly off. Okay, the discussion that we're gonna have today is what are we going to do to the car? Well, number one thing is we're having a lot of issues where the car seemed to be breaking up. Now, the last drift event in second gear I was able to do pretty much the whole track, but then in the third gear, when I would try to hit third gear, there was a lot of sputter breakup. Now, what I think what was happening is we are getting what we call detonation happening. Now, detonation can happen from the timing being too far advanced. So, if you guys remember when we first put the car together, this is my first distributor car where you can actually like turn the distributor. I don't think I set base timing correctly on the 4.3 that's in the Subaru. The car also does not like to run any better unless the timing is fully retard. Now, if we have the timing fully retard and it still does not run perfectly, I believe that we have the timing too far advanced. I'm sure the coils, yeah, it's got water on it, so let's hope that it'll work. Alright, with the car in neutral, we're going to rotate this thing over to top dead center. Might be a little bit difficult with all the spark plugs in, but got some good compression, that's for sure. Okay, with the motor rotated to top dead center, we want to locate our number one spark plug wire, which is this guy right here. This runs up over to here. Here's number one. Now, we will know that we have advanced timing set up on here, but the rotor, we don't want to see much more of a difference offset from here. If it's in line with it, it's alright. If it's over on this side, like this, that's not what we want. We want right almost in line with this, or a little bit, just because that would be timing advanced. But that being said, you guys can see I can't adjust. We are fully retarded on the distributor. One's already off. This one off. Come on. Yeah. And pop this one off. Okay. Pop the distributor cap off. And what we're looking for is where the rotor's pointed. Okay. That's weird. I'm pretty sure the motor is at top dead center. I can't really pull this thing off all the way here. Oh, there we go. But our cap is 180 degrees out. Basically, to verify that this thing's at top dead center, I'm going to use a screwdriver, go in through the spark plug hole, and we should feel the top of the piston, which I feel the top of the piston there. Now all we're going to do to double check is we're going to rotate the motor backwards, see if we can feel that piston go back down, which it does. So we're going to rotate the motor back up to top dead center again, and line these timing marks just like so. Now, number one spark plug, like I said, should be lined up. Like, this is literally 180 degrees out. When I did the timing marks, I don't even know, man. Can't remember if it's a 14 or 15. Looks like it's a 14. We also have a new adjuster for our distributor hold down, because I'm using the factory style hold down, which allows you to have zero adjustment, so I just hollowed out the hole so I had a few degrees. Alright. Pick this bad Larry up, spin it around. We almost got it in place. There we go. Now it's where it should be. This is the one that was on it, and this is the one that we're going to put on. See, I hollowed out the hole so we could have adjustment. This locks into the square on the distributor. This actually just holds down the bottom, so you have more adjustment with this style versus a homemade one. Alright, slip this in. Now you're never going to believe this, but that's where number one spark plug wire is now when the distributor's set up. You can see basically that's where number one would go. So we actually need to put number one over on this side. So yeah, so that should be number one. So we got to rotate all these spark plug wires around. Spark plugs back in. Can't lie, I'm a little nervous. We're going to crank this thing for the first time with hopefully proper ignition timing, or somewhat close to proper ignition timing, closer than before hopefully, with a different carburetor set up, a lot of different variables. So let's give this a go. That did not sound good. With a quick search on Google, I found out there's actually two top dead centers. So the motor rotates over one time, the marks line up, piston will be at the top. The motor rotates again, piston will be at the top, lines up, but only one time is the compression stroke, so when the cylinder needs to fire. We essentially need to rotate the motor around. Again, maybe the distributor was on the right way to begin with. So I don't know, I gotta like reset everything basically, which is funny because this motor here, maybe I just got lucky, and maybe I got lucky on that one too. Because I had no idea there was 2 top dead centers. I just basically set it, was like, oh, timing marks line up, threw it together. All right, try number 17. Having the battery hooked up would help. All right, spark plug wires are on, distributor's reset back 180, because it was out 180. Timing is set differently than before. Here we go. Even though it may sound like it has a monster cam, it really doesn't. So I think we still have to adjust some of the timing, but it started up a lot better than it did just previously now. Alright, that's going to be it for working on the V6 swap Subaru today. We got the timing sort of figured out. If anyone has any suggestions on how to get this thing to run even better, I would use a timing light to try to get proper ignition timing, but all we really have on there is 2 marks to show it's at top dead center. There is no 0, 5, 10, 15 degree timing marks, so you just have to kind of do it by ear. We got a project right here we're working on. You either saw it in the previous video or it's going to be the next video, and yeah, we're gonna get back to working on this thing soon. Got lots of stuff to do to it, but that's gonna be it for today. See you next time.